Welcome to this rapid-fire explanation. Today, we're decoding a truly fascinating piece of ancient community building. We're going to break down Numbers 15, exploring the complex legal structures and narrative codes that literally kept a wandering nation together. Let's get right into it.
Okay, let's dive into this with a massive framing question. How exactly did an ancient, wandering nation establish universal laws, handle inevitable human error, and, maybe most importantly, ensure they never forgot the rules? We're going to bypass a standard agenda here and just jump straight into their solutions.
Starting off with Section 1, Offerings and Universal Law.
And this brilliantly illustrates how the whole system actually worked. Instead of getting bogged down in all those dry verse-by-verse measurements, just think about the scaling. The larger the animal sacrifice, say a bullock compared to a lamb, well, the proportionally larger the required side offerings of flour, oil, and wine had to be. It was a highly structured, totally scalable economic system. But here's a genuinely surprising legal precedent for you: strict universal equality. The text explicitly mandates one law and one manner that applied absolutely identically to both the native-born Israelite and the foreigner living among them. You know, in the ancient world, actively avoiding a two-tier justice system, that was a radical concept.
Which brings us to Section 2, Ignorance versus Defiance.
So the crucial point is that the legal distinction here hinges entirely on intent. On one hand, you have sins of ignorance, which offered this merciful path of forgiveness through a priest for, honest mistakes. But on the flip side, you have presumptuous sins. This is intentional defiance, meaning the person actively despised the word, and the consequence for that was absolute. They were utterly cut off from the people. The text actually grounds this absolute law in a pretty dramatic case study. A man is caught gathering sticks on the Sabbath. He's held under guard because his exact punishment hadn't been clearly determined yet. Well, the ultimate sentence comes down as death. The entire congregation is ordered to stone him outside the camp. It is a severe, completely uncompromising application of the law against presumptuous defiance. Let's move to Section 3, Fringes of Remembrance, and see how this builds. Now, what's really interesting about this is how the text resolves that extreme tension. To prevent the very defiance and tragedy we just looked at, it introduces a daily physical requirement. They were told to put fringes with blue ribbons on the borders of their garments. Basically, it acted as ancient wearable tech. It was designed to be seen every single day, physically reminding the wearer of the commandments so they wouldn't just wander after their own desires. And that ties our macro and micro themes together perfectly. By weaving the law directly into their literal fabric, did this ancient community actually solve the universal problem of human forgetfulness? It is such a fascinating look at how physical memory aids can fundamentally shape a society's survival. Thanks for joining me for this explainer, and I'll catch you next time.